Yo, what's up, everyone? This is Kaiser War here. So, finally, after so much time, the Persona 3 remake has been leaked. Like, obviously, it was sort of leaked prior to its like full leaking. But it's funny to see that Atlas kind of goofed and just accidentally posted it when they weren't supposed to. I feel sorry for that intern. He's probably gonna get a huge lashing. But Persona 3 remake, it's called Preload, so that's the new name we gotta go with now. And also a new Persona 5 game known as Persona 5 Tactica or Tactica. I don't know which one. I want to say Tactica. I think that's what it sounds like, but it could be Tactica or Tactics. I don't know. But I want to talk about the remake first, and then I'll talk about Tactica after that, because I think the remake is the more, important one here. So Persona 3 was that one Persona game I really enjoyed. I really enjoy the themes of the game. I really enjoy like the atmosphere of the game, because if you're playing Persona 3 FES, there's just this crazy atmosphere that it's hard to describe with the game. You see from the anime cutscenes and just how to feel the game. It feels like death is constantly looming over you, which, yeah, that's the point of the game. The game's theme is death and all that. So, it was nice to see Persona 3 like get more re-releases. Like, we have FES, but you can't, it's not re-released on anything. Persona 3 Portable is now on current generation consoles, and everywhere you can pretty much buy it anywhere now. But the port isn't so well received, right? And when the leak of Persona 3 was kind of seen before, the whole Instagram business, I was wondering, why would they release Persona 3 Portable if they were going to remake the game? Now, obviously, my first instinct was like, yeah, money. They can just, this is for money reasons. Obviously, they just re-release Persona 3 Portable, make the money from that, and just remake Persona 3. Remake Persona 3, make the money from that. So, I'm not shocked. And considering how that port was sort of half-assed, that makes way more sense. They were putting less effort into this port because they were just going to remake Persona 3 anyway, And Persona 4 Golden already had a really good port, right? They already had a good port on Steam, and then they just took the Steam version and gave it to everyone else, so it was already set. But Persona 3 Portable wasn't released on anything else outside the PSP until now, right? And that was a fresh port job, and it was a lazy one at that. And with Persona 5 Royal, you were just able, you were able to just put that on anything. Like, they already had the game released on the PS4, then the PS5, and all a bunch of other consoles. So, Persona 5 Royal wasn't an issue, and Persona 4 Golden wasn't an issue, but Portable was the big issue here. And people kept playing why they import FES and all that stuff, and it was a big storm. There's no definitive edition of Persona 3, and I think that's what people were kind of tripping about. So now we have Persona 3's remake. Reload. It's going to be so hard saying reload, but we got Persona 3's remake. And I'm going to be honest with you, I still don't think this will be the definitive edition. People want the definitive edition of Persona 3, right? They want the FemC, they want the FemC's confidants, they want obviously the main route, the journey, they want the answer, they want everything that's ever been in Persona 3, all its versions to be in one package, right? And I could totally understand that, because it's kind of weird to have separate games, just split off like that. And I could totally understand. I get why Persona 3 Portable exists, right? Fair enough. But people want a definitive edition of Persona 3, and I don't blame them, really. For me personally, it doesn't really matter to me. I will still play the game regardless, but if I'm being honest, I don't think Persona 3 Remake is going to be the definitive edition. I feel like they released Portable so that you can play as the FemC in her own, in her own environment, in her own game. So you can just play her there. You're not gonna be able to play her in Remake. I'm just gonna guess you're not gonna be able to play her. If that's the case, that's gonna suck, right? That's gonna suck, because people like the FemC. It would make more sense to put her there, but considering they released Portable, it'd be like, oh, it's an easier way to play the FemC's route. We don't have to remake that shit. Now, if they did remake it and put it in Reload, that would be awesome. I don't want it to be DLC, because that would suck major ass. But I know people will buy the DLC anyway, because it's still playing Persona 3 again, but with different stuff. And there's also the topic of the answer. Are they going to add the answer in there? It's just a lot of factors that go into this, and I have no idea. My personal opinion is that it's not going to be. They're not going to add the answer. They're not going to add Fantasy's route. It's going to be a straight up like remake of Persona like base 3, right? I know that sounds ridiculous. I know that sounds like, why would they release base 3? That's stupid. But like, it's just something's, I don't know, it's just feelings. Like, I feel like they're going to just remake base Persona 3. And if they decide to add more to it, then maybe the answer is going to be DLC, and maybe Fantasy's route is going to be the DLC. And that's the case, that's going to suck, right? I want a pure definitive edition. Like out the gate, I don't want like scattered bits of Persona 3 just be updated with DLC and shit like that. I kind of want the full edition, but we don't know yet. We don't even know that this was a leak, right? Like, Atlas didn't even release the whole damn thing. They just accidentally released it and then had to take it down because they're like, oh shit, we goofed, right? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm just worried about what they're going to do, right? Like, I have that feeling that, like, I'm excited. I really wasn't the kind of person that was clamoring for a Persona 3 remake, to be honest. Like, I'm happy it exists, but I wasn't like everyone else on, like, you know, other people on Twitter who are like, oh, dude, Persona 3 definitely needs a remake. We definitely want to see a Persona 3 remake. Like, honestly, I was never that guy, right? I wanted to see a Persona 3 remake someday, but I was never like, wondering and constantly asking Atlas to make one. I was never that guy. If it did happen, I was okay with it. And here's the weird thing about Persona 3 being remade, right? Are they going to remake Persona 4? Like, honestly, I'm not going to clamor for any more Atlas remakes unless it's like Persona 1 and 2, and even then, I know they're not going to touch those games ever again. That's my theory on it. They're never going to touch those games ever again. They're never going to touch 1 and 2 ever again. Not one, not both games of 2. We're never going to see Persona 1 and 2 again. We're going to have to accept that. But seriously, though, I don't know if they're ever going to remake 4. That would be so weird, like, to just remake 3 and not touch 4, right? And there's also the case of Persona 6. Like, it's just, there's a lot of things that are going on that's just weird, right? Like, it's just like, we don't see any sign of Persona 6. We're getting a Persona 3 remake. Are they going to remake 4? I doubt it, but, you know, I'd be surprised if they did, right? Are they going to do anything with 1 and 2 again? I don't know. We just got to wait and see. And if that wasn't enough, we also got another Persona 5 game to talk about, and that being Persona 5 Tactica. And on my next topic, we got to talk about another Persona 5 spinoff, that being Persona 5 Tactica, which is a tactics game based off Persona 5, right? And I don't know what to feel, because, like, I don't have any excitement for this game at all, really. Like, I'm kind of burnt out Persona 5. Like, I enjoy Persona 5, don't get me wrong. I love Base 5, I love Royal. Strikers was really good. But then you get shit like Persona 5, like Dancing Star Night, which was a completely awful game, a waste of money. The only reason I even bought that game was because so I can get Persona 3 with it, like Persona 3 Dancing with it, so I can get Persona 4's port on PS4, which is locked behind the dancing, like that limited edition thing you get to buy, like the limited edition dual pack shit. Like, holy crap, dude! That's the only reason I bought Persona 5 Dancing. That game's a waste of money, And like, I don't know, I'm kind of burnt out on 5. I don't know, like Persona 5 Tactica, cool. You know, it's kind of cool. It looks like a Persona Q, but their limb, like, they get their little, like, their limbs are longer. It reminds me of Panty and Stocking kind of bit. Like, they got that kind of art style. It's like reminds me of Panty and Stocking. I don't know what to feel. It's whatever. I don't think I'm ever going to buy this game, really. I think Persona 3's remake was the more important thing that, you know, was being shown here. But Tactica, I honestly don't care. Like, don't get me wrong. I might buy it and play it, but it's another Persona 5 game, and I don't really play tactics games too much. I enjoy tactics games, but I don't enjoy them all too much. And I mean, like, not enjoy, I mean, like, buy them all too much, my bad. And I don't know, having a Persona 5 tactics game, like, cool, whatever, you know? Like, Strikers, I at the very least, I really did enjoy Strikers. Strikers is really good. I didn't get to finish it, though, but I'm really enjoying playing it. You know, Strikers is pretty good. It's actually a pretty damn good take on the Dynasty Warriors gameplay. And then you got, like, you got other Persona 5 stuff out there, and it's insane. Like, it's crazy. Like, and Persona Q was pretty good. The game was hard, but it was pretty all right, you know? I was kind of burnt out on Q after Q1, because Q1 was a drag. Not a bad game, but that game dragged on, and holy shit. And I don't know, man. Tactica, cool. Like, I guess, you know, for the Persona 5 fans, but I'm kind of sick of seeing Persona 5 right now. Like if it's not a Persona, okay, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. If it's not a Persona 5 fighting game in the same vein of like Arena, I don't care anymore. Now, if you can bust out Persona 5 racing game, however silly that is, you know, have the personas convert into vehicles like Johanna, then I'm okay with that. I will play Persona 5 racing all day long, okay? But I'm kind of burnt out Persona 5, and I kind of don't care about whatever they're bringing out now. Unless whatever Persona 5 thing comes up next is going to blow my mind, I honestly do not care. I just want Persona 6 already. I think the time for Persona 5 is over. Like, I know they're going to milk that game to death, and they've been milking it to death, but I'm kind of done with Persona 5 right now. Tactica looks fun at the very least. It looks fun. So I can't, you know, write the game off before I get a chance to play it. I don't like being that guy who just writes a game or a show or whatever off before I actually got my hands on it, right? Like, I said the same thing about games like Strikers. I was thinking like, okay, it's a Dynasty Warriors game. I like the Dynasty Warrior games. Okay, I like Warrior games. But I wasn't too keen on what they were going to do with Perversion with Persona. And when I played Strikers, it was amazing. Okay, Strikers is a damn good take on the Dynasty Warriors because it doesn't feel like some of the older Dynasty Warrior games where they feel mindless, sorta. No, it's actually pretty damn good. And I really enjoyed that game. But maybe I'll join Tactica. You know, maybe I will. Like, you know, maybe once I actually play the game, I might enjoy it. But like from my initial reaction, I honestly could just. I just want Persona 6, you know. I know it's like I've been bitching and moaning about this for the past few minutes so far, but I kind of want Persona 6 right now. I think this has to be the last one, right? This has to be the last Persona 5 game. This just has to be. There's no way, dude. They cannot make another Persona 5 game. They would have to go through every damn genre first, right? Like they could go through a Persona 5 shooting game, a Persona 5 racing game, a Persona 5, I don't know, like a VR, Persona 5's VR where you're freaking running around with the Phantom Thieves. I feel like they can do those ideas, and I don't want to give Atlas ideas. I really don't. But yeah, Tactica's whatever. I'm more interested in the Persona 3 remake. But yeah, I think that's all I really want to talk about. I didn't want to drag this video out too long. I just want to bring out my initial thoughts. There's a lot of other stuff I really want to talk about in regards to Persona on my channel. So yeah, I think that's all I really got to say so far. So yeah, I'm happy for those who really wanted Persona 3 Remake to come out. I'm definitely going to cop that game day one, whenever possible. Like, for real. Definitely need it. I want to add to my Switch game collection because I'm kind of bummed out Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable never got like ports, like physical ports. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe Atlas could have struck up a deal with limited run games. We could have got a physical port. I know those physical ports would have been bought out like crazy, but I would have bought those. I would have bought Persona 4 physically because I want to own Persona 4 Golden physically. Now, if they ever made like a dual pack like release, like the Persona 3 / Persona 4 bundle pack and like a physical copy, I would totally cop that too. I just want to see them make it physical, you know, whatever. But yeah, I think that's it. And also, you know, if you really wanted Persona 5 Tactica, I'm glad you got it now. But yeah, that's all I really want to say. So I'm out of here. Peace out, everyone. Hope you all have a great day. Kaiser War out.